Hey, Stash here with Fishing and Family. So we are out actually off of Cocoa Beach, not too far from the pier. So total change of game plan. We were planning to come out today and go in the port and catch some weak fish. My son's been dying to go catch them again. We want to do a little clean and cook and see how they taste and everything. So we may still do that this afternoon, but we got here, the waves were zero. I mean, it's completely flat out, almost no breeze. It's definitely hot, but great conditions for going offshore. The only bad thing is I didn't bring any trolling rods or anything like that. All I have was my spinning outfits because I wasn't planning on going offshore today. So we're gonna give it a try, see what we can find. We did see a 4 or 5 foot shark swim by the boat, so maybe we can hook onto a shark today. It is kind of the end of tarpon season out here. They pretty much are up in the Carolinas and stuff by now. But hey, you never know, we might find a tarpon, maybe a cobia. Just keeping our fingers crossed, so we'll see what we can catch.
Smaller, but he's fine. Oh.
Hold it.
He found my finger under the boat and still hooked the boat. There it is. They're creepy looking.
Flooding it. Got it?
Uh-huh.
All right, so we just got back from Port Canaveral. Hopefully you can hear me okay. There's a bit of a thunderstorm going in the background. So the intention today was we really wanted to go out and get some weak fish. Trent's been wanting to catch some weak fish, and we were going to do a fish fry with them and kind of see how they taste. But as fishing trips go, plans change. We end up getting into a school of croakers. So croakers aren't typically a fish that you would eat, at least not around here. But if I've learned anything from YouTube, people eat all kinds of fish and animals in all different parts of the world, so we figured we'd give them a try. These today that we got aren't overly big, but there's really no size limit here in Florida. But if you are watching from another state, you may want to check your state regulations. Some states do have size limits on these croakers. So we're just going to fillet them up like we would any other kind of fish, and then we're going to fry them up, maybe saute some. We'll try them different ways, and we're just going to see how they taste. Okay, so it's the next day. We've had the croakers sitting in the fridge for about 24 hours now. We're cooking some dinner, but we're going to fry them up real quick. So we've discovered one thing. Croakers are probably not the most realistic fish to catch, cook, and clean for food. I mean, if you caught maybe 100 of them, you might get some decent amount of meat. We brought home 5 fish. Now, granted, they weren't real large fish, but we probably got enough off to make 4 or 5 nuggets. They didn't get a lot of meat off them. But the biggest thing is we just want to see if they taste good or not. So we got a little bit of just some cornmeal and flour, put a little Cajun seasoning in it, and I have them soaking right now in some egg and milk. We're just gonna roll them in some breading and throw them in the fryer. I kind of wanted to try them some different ways, but we got such little meat. I figured the best thing would do is just try to fry them up just so we can see if they're edible or not. So we're just gonna toss them in the flour here. Now, I soak my fish like in a milk and egg mix. I've seen some people just use straight water. I've seen people use buttermilk. I don't really know if that makes a difference in the taste, but we'll probably do some more experimenting throughout the year here, and maybe we'll try some different sauces and soak it in. But we just typically use milk and egg and a little Tabasco. Kind of stir this in here. The meat looks good. I mean, it's just a white, fleshy looking meat. I did look last night on YouTube and on the internet, and I seen some articles of people cooking these, but they caught much larger ones. And now I've never seen any real large here in Florida, but some of the ones that some of the people had, they look like they're probably 20, 25 inches. So I'm assuming in certain parts of the country they can get pretty big, but I've never seen one here probably larger than maybe 14 inches. All right, sounds like the grease is good and hot. Now when I fry my fish, I like to drop them in the grease for a minute, kind of let them get started, and I usually just take a fork and kind of stir them around just to make sure that everything's getting coated real good with the grease and the fish isn't sticking together. And then I usually just leave them in for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. If you're not used to frying stuff, usually kind of the telltale sign if it's ready is that it starts to float. Usually when the fish floats, it's pretty much done. And then I just kind of look to see if the bubbles are dying down. They're still bubbling really good. There's still a lot of moisture in the fish. So you don't want to overcook it, but I don't like it to be too moist either. So kind of try to wait for the bubbles to die down a little bit. Alright, so they're starting to float. Looks like they're pretty much cooked. You can pull them out here and put them on some paper towels and see how they are. Okay, so who's going to be the guinea pig today? You going to try the first piece, Trent?
Sure, I'll go with that.
All right.
Tastes just like bass.
Tastes like bass? You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth all the cleaning to make them?
You mean the cleaning you did?
Well, okay, I did a bunch of cleaning.
I don't know. It's just like bass. Probably.
All right, let's see. All right, I guess it's my turn to try this fish. I mean, it looks all right. It looks like a fish stick. Actually, it's good. It's real clean. It's not fishy. I mean, to be honest, if I was out fishing, like, say, camping on one of the islands for the weekend, I'd probably do it again. I just wouldn't fillet them. I would just scale them and then cook the fish whole, like pan fry them. But, I mean, they're good. Definitely a lot of work, but pretty good. All right, so I guess I would say our croaker fishing trip was a success. They were pretty good tasting. Like I said, they are a lot of work. You don't get much meat off them, but I mean, they're definitely worth a try. Got nothing else going on, and you catch a bunch of them, give it a try. Like I said, we just breaded them with a little bit of flour and cornmeal, but not too bad. So, all right, well, until the next video.